In the vast, sprawling landscapes of Africa, under the quiet gaze of the moon and a blanket of stars, lives one of the continent's most peculiar and secretive creatures. Its name, Aardvark, comes from the Afrikaans language and translates to earth pig. This is a rather fitting description for an animal that spends so much of its life with its nose to the ground, snuffling and digging into the soil. Yet this creature is not a pig at all. It is something far more ancient, a living relic from a bygone era, the last surviving member of its own unique order, Tubulidentata. It is a testament to nature's endless creativity, a marvel of evolution that has perfected its own special way of life, hidden from our view. When you first see one, perhaps in a rare nighttime documentary, you are struck by its strangeness. Imagine an animal with the long, twitching snout of a pig, the powerful, rabbit-like ears that can fold back to keep out dirt, and a thick, muscular tail similar to that of a kangaroo. This is the aardvark. It is a wonderful mosaic of features that seem borrowed from other animals, yet they come together to form a creature perfectly suited to its environment. It moves with a deliberate, shuffling gait, its head low to the ground, constantly searching, constantly sensing the world through smell and sound in a way that we can barely comprehend. This remarkable animal represents a branch on the tree of life that has stood alone for millions of years. While other ancient mammals have long since vanished, the aardvark has persisted, quietly thriving in the shadows. Its solitude in the animal kingdom makes it incredibly special. There is nothing else quite like it on Earth. Its shy and elusive nature means that very few people, even those who live in Africa, have ever had the privilege of seeing one in the wild. The aardvark is a creature of mystery, a phantom of the savannah and bushland. It leaves behind clues of its existence, the great mounds of earth it excavates, the deep holes it digs, but the animal itself remains a ghost. The aardvark calls a vast portion of the African continent its home, specifically the regions south of the Sahara Desert. It is an incredibly adaptable creature, able to live in a wide variety of habitats, from the dry, open grasslands of the savannah to the dense woodlands and scrublands. As long as there is suitable soil for digging and a plentiful supply of its favorite food, the aardvark can make a home. This animal is a true creature of the night. As the sun dips below the horizon and a cool darkness settles over the land, the aardvark emerges from the safety of its deep underground burrow. Its nocturnal lifestyle is a clever strategy for survival. By being active at night, it avoids the intense heat of the African day, which helps it conserve precious energy and water. It also avoids many daytime predators, such as eagles and other large birds of prey. The night belongs to the aardvark, and it is under the cover of darkness that it carries out all of its most important activities, from foraging for food to maintaining its extensive network of burrows. The world of the aardvark is one perceived primarily through sound and smell. Its eyesight is quite poor, not particularly useful in the pitch black of the African night. However, its other senses are extraordinarily sharp. Its long, sensitive ears can pivot independently, constantly scanning the surroundings for the faintest sound of a predator or the subtle rustle of insects. Its remarkable snout, equipped with an exceptional sense of smell, is its primary tool for finding food. It can detect the scent of an underground termite or ant nest from a surprising distance, guiding it with unerring accuracy through the dark. When the first light of dawn begins to streak across the sky, the aardvark's night of activity comes to an end. It will have traveled several miles in its search for food, a solitary journey through the quiet bush. The aardvark's appearance is truly one of a kind, a perfect example of form following function. It has a robust, powerfully built body with a distinctly arched back covered in sparse, coarse hair over its thick, tough skin. This skin provides excellent protection from the bites of the ants and termites it preys upon. An adult aardvark can weigh between 110 to 180 pounds, or 50 to 82 kilograms, and can measure up to 7 feet or 2.2 meters in length from the tip of its snout to the end of its thick, tapering tail. This tail acts as a counterbalance and a third leg, providing stability when it needs to dig. Its head is elongated, ending in that distinctive pig-like snout, which is in fact incredibly specialized. The snout is soft and mobile, filled with a complex maze of sensory organs. Its nostrils can be sealed completely, a vital adaptation that prevents dust and angry insects from entering as it digs. Inside its mouth, the aardvark possesses a long, sticky tongue that can extend up to 12 inches or 30 centimeters. This remarkable tongue is its primary tool for gathering food, flicking rapidly into insect nests to lap up hundreds of ants or termites with every single pass, a marvel of biological engineering. But perhaps the aardvark's most impressive features are its limbs and feet. Its legs are short but immensely powerful, especially the front ones. Each foot is equipped with 4 incredibly strong spoon-shaped claws that are sharper and more effective than any spade. These are not the delicate claws of a cat or the talons of a bird. They are heavy-duty excavation tools designed for one purpose: to dig. With these formidable claws, an aardvark can tear through sun-baked earth and hard termite mounds that are almost as strong as concrete, digging faster than several men with shovels. This digging ability is not just for finding food, it is central to the aardvark's entire existence. Aardvarks are master burrowers, creating vast and complex underground networks. A single aardvark may maintain several different burrows across its territory. Some are simple temporary shelters dug for a quick rest during a long night of foraging. Others are much larger and more permanent home burrows which can have multiple entrances and extend for over 40 feet or 13 meters underground. These subterranean homes provide a safe, temperature-controlled refuge from predators and the harsh African climate. The diet of the aardvark is highly specialized. It is an insectivore, but more specifically, a myrmecophage, meaning it feeds almost exclusively on ants and termites. This is the reason for its powerful claws and long, sticky tongue. A foraging aardvark will wander slowly and deliberately through its territory at night, its snout held close to the ground, sniffing constantly. When its phenomenal sense of smell detects a colony underground, it stops and begins to dig with astonishing speed and power, tearing open the nest with its formidable front claws. Once the nest is breached, the aardvark uses its long, sticky tongue to devastating effect. It inserts its snout into the hole and flicks its tongue in and out with incredible rapidity, lapping up the insects in huge numbers. The aardvark's thick skin protects it from the bites and stings of the defending soldier ants and termites. It is a very efficient feeder, but it is also a careful one. It rarely destroys an entire colony, instead feeding for a short while before moving on. This allows the population to recover, ensuring a sustainable food source for the future. This constant digging and foraging has a profound and positive impact on the environment. By breaking up the hard, sun-baked soil, the aardvark helps to aerate it, which allows water to penetrate deeper and encourages plant growth. This process, known as bioturbation, is vital for maintaining healthy soil in the dry savannas. In this way, the aardvark acts as a natural plough, turning over the earth and improving the ecosystem for many other species. It is a quiet gardener of the African plains whose nightly work helps the entire landscape to flourish. The burrows that the aardvark digs are perhaps its greatest gift to the ecosystem. After an aardvark moves on from a burrow, it doesn't stay empty for long. These ready-made homes become vital shelters for a huge variety of other animals. Creatures like warthogs, porcupines, jackals, hyenas, and even reptiles like pythons and monitor lizards will use abandoned aardvark burrows as dens to raise their young or escape from predators and extreme weather. In many parts of Africa, the aardvark is considered a keystone species, an ecosystem engineer whose presence creates critical resources that support a whole community of other wildlife. Despite its tough skin and powerful defenses, the aardvark is not without its enemies. In the wild, it is preyed upon by some of Africa's largest and most formidable predators. Lions, leopards, and hyenas are all capable of taking down an adult aardvark if they can catch one out in the open. African wild dogs hunting in packs also pose a significant threat. When confronted, an aardvark will try to dig to safety with incredible speed. If cornered, it will not hesitate to defend itself, flipping onto its back to slash at its attacker with its sharp, powerful claws or using its muscular tail as a weapon. However, the greatest threats to the aardvark today come not from natural predators, but from human activities. Habitat loss is a major concern. As agriculture expands and human settlements grow, the savannas and woodlands that aardvarks depend on are shrinking and becoming fragmented. This reduces the area available for them to find food and dig their essential burrows. In some regions, they are also hunted by humans for their meat, which is considered a delicacy, and their tough skin and claws are sometimes used in traditional ceremonies or as good luck charms. Changes in land use also affect their food supply. The use of pesticides in farming can decimate local populations of ants and termites, wiping out the aardvark's primary source of nutrition. As their food becomes scarcer, aardvarks must travel further and further each night, exposing them to greater risks and expending more energy. These pressures, combined with their naturally low population densities and slow reproductive rate, a female typically gives birth to only one offspring at a time, make their populations particularly vulnerable to decline in a rapidly changing world. Yet, for now, the aardvark endures. Classified as a species of least concern, its widespread distribution across Africa gives it a degree of security. But its story is a poignant reminder of the delicate balance of nature. This strange and wonderful creature, this solitary digger in the dark, asks for very little, just soil to dig, insects to eat, and the quiet of the night to roam. As we learn more about its secret life, we must also recognize our responsibility to protect the wild spaces it calls home. The continued existence of the aardvark is a measure of our ability to coexist with the incredible and often hidden diversity of life on our shared planet.